Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first ever annual pass stream. I am your host, Jack Patillo, and of course, joining me as always, my lovely, beautiful, and talented co-host, Mr. Jeff Ramsey. Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi, Jackery.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very, very well. We are here celebrating 1 year of annual pass. You guys have kept all of our little podcast, my little podcast, going at least for 52 episodes. I think 53 actually. I think
you've helped us limp along for 1 full year.
Or the 54th episode. The Expedition Everest came out. I think
yeah.
Comes out tomorrow for first members, or it came out today for first members, tomorrow for everyone else. And it's been awesome. It's annual pass, been a lot of fun to make. It's one of those things I never expected I'd be doing, and we've done a year of it now, and it's just been an absolute blast. And we wanted to have a live stream where we could just hang out with you guys. We have chat open, so if you're watching this anywhere other than youtube.com/annualpass, jump over there because that's the chat we have open right now. So youtube.com/annualpass. We've got it open. I see Corncob McGee in there. Oh, Kimmy Rose is in there. Kimmy's awesome. She's part of the Rope Drop Running Club.
Oh, RDRC.
Yeah, RDRC. I ran the half marathon, the Princess Half Marathon with her.
Fuzzy Frollo and Brian Montora.
I see Gail Fox.
Gail Fox, old Jen Devon.
So thank you very much, everyone. Jump in there, hang out. We're just going to be hanging out with chat, and we have some fun stuff going on. I have this Lego Disney castle that the twins, Jessica and Jennifer, hooked me up with. God, it was when we went to Florida, I think,
yeah,
right?
So 40 episodes ago.
Yeah, a long, long time ago, like back in June or July. I don't know. It was a while ago.
And I have, also from the twins, who they're just the gift that keeps on giving, aren't they? Is this Disney World or this Magic Kingdom map puzzle. I've actually put one together at home that's very similar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one I got it for Christmas from Emily, but mine is got scalloped edges.
Oh, that's cool.
Edges, yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
But anyway, we want to say a couple things on here. Number one, we have some awesome merchandise in the store, including finally we have ponchos.
Jack?
That's right. It took a year, but we finally got our annual pass ponchos.
Isn't this one already open? You could have.
That's the jacket.
Oh.
This is the rain jacket we released.
Gotcha.
This is the actual poncho. So
Jack has been whining about this poncho for a year, so please buy it to validate his very existence.
First of all, I want to point out it's in a pouch. So the thing folds up into its own pouch. So it's easy to use and then refold back together and throw it in here. And yeah, look at this.
Also, this
is a poncho, Jack.
Yeah, this pouch is great for store here.
Okay.
It's great for storing stuff like knives. Like you want to store a knife, you could fit a small gun in a pouch like this. I wouldn't do it personally, but you could probably put, I'd say 25 scorpions in a pouch this size. You'd be a damn monster, but you could probably fit a lesser snake in here, although aren't they all lesser? Yeah, it's good stuff. You know what else you could put in a pouch like this, Jack?
What's that?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti pouch?
You want to bring some spaghetti with you to the park? You put it in there and then zoop.
I apologize in advance for that. I'm about to ruin my audio. Don't worry, my microphone's inside the poncho.
Smells like a rubber factory.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. I got a poncho.
If you could cut it out, we could have little nipple holes for you. Because I don't want them to chafe. I know you're a runner. You want to let your nipples breathe.
Yeah, when I'm running wearing my poncho.
Yeah.
That's like I guess boxers do that, right? They wear like the trash bags.
Yeah, you look like Tyson Fury except for everything.
So there you go. We finally got a poncho. Voila. Beautiful. I'm so happy we finally got that in the store right now. We also have up in the store right now, we have some we have a sticker pack. We have a new sticker pack, which includes this brand new Universal Studios looking sticker. Can we do the top camera? I can give it a little bit closer.
That's my girlfriend's favorite.
Yeah, and so
she's a big fan of that one.
This sticker, this is one that I can't believe legal approved for us. So if you don't know the old school Universal Studios logo, that's what it looks like.
It's just different enough to keep your mouth shut.
We also have the shirt as well with that logo. We have this, we have it in black, and we have it in pink, I believe is what they call it.
Pink at home.
Yeah, it's like that sort of real like pink purplish look. Yeah. It looks really cool. Of course, we also have our lanyard with our starter kit, our pin starter kit in the store right now as well. We still have a bunch of those in there. And we have a pennant. I don't know if this is in the store yet.
If it's not, it will be.
Yeah, so we've got the annual pass pennant coming soon. Of course, the hat, which I wear everywhere. I've got, this thing, I've worn the crap out of this.
Might I say, though, Jack?
What's that?
Almost more important than any of this stuff. Almost more important than the very podcast itself. Certainly more important than this stream is the first ever annual pass live show we're doing.
That is true.
Which is going to be, I believe, May 19th.
There you go. Nailed
in
it.
Orlando, because it's the only place we go for some reason.
This place, we know we have a bunch of awesome pass
no,
holders
it's true.
out there.
We did a fan meetup there, or community meetup, because I don't like the word fan.
Yeah.
Last year. And about 200 people showed up.
Yeah, it was
and
awesome.
we all played mini golf together. It was very fun. I was affable and lovely. Jack was hyper competitive. It was a great time. And then so if you are in the Florida area, or if you have access to a car or a plane or a helicopter or wings and can get to Orlando, come on over. I don't know how much tickets are, but it's a small price to pay.
There's a QR code down there in the bottom left corner of your screen. Yeah. Or I think it's bit.ly/Tix-Orlando, I think, which will take you there as well. And and it's the 19th is a Thursday night, so what you can do, fly in Thursday, go to the show, and then go the weekend to theme parks.
I think what I'm going to do, I've been looking at my schedule, I think I'm going to fly in on the direct flight Thursday, and then do the show with you, and I think Super Carlin Brothers are going to be there as well, so we're going to get to hang out with those guys. So it'll be a twofer. So if Jack and I aren't enough of a draw, also Super Carlin Brothers, they're way bigger than we'll ever be anyway. Come spend the night with us. Platonically, hanging out in a theater, and we'll be regaling you with stories of theme parks and facts and Q&As and all kinds of awesome stuff.
Well, would you like?
Then I'm going to get on a plane and go home on the red eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I got to get back to my kid.
Wow. So you're going to spend less than 24 hours.
Less than 20, yeah.
Nice.
It's Millie's at the tail end of school. And
well, I'm going to hang out in Orlando for a bit, so maybe we might do a theme park meetup afterwards or something along those lines. So
but it really would mean the world to us if you would come to that show. I know there's at least 200 of you in Orlando that have spent time with us before, so come on back.
Yeah.
We didn't smell bad. I didn't smell. I can't. He probably smelled.
I mean, Florida in general is just humid, so it's pretty wet at all times. So.
I am back on to 2 showers a day now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started taking showers at night when we were in England. Mm-hmm. I have to take a shower in the morning.
Really? Is that like your coffee wakes you up?
The first thing I do is I take a shower. Okay. First thing I do is I make coffee, turn the coffee pot on, then I take a shower, then I get dressed and I drink coffee.
Okay.
There have been times in my life where I've taken 2 or 3 showers a day because I'm fastidious.
Good use of the word.
However, when we were in England, the first hotel I was staying at, because I did a little brief vacation before I hung out with you.
You were there for like a full week.
Yeah, so that first hotel I was staying at in Shoreditch had one of the best shower heads I've ever experienced in my life. And so I would get excited to take a shower at night before bed. And now I just I'm doing it every night again. I want to get into my sheets fresh as the sheets, clean. Nice. And then when I wake up in the morning, even though nothing has happened to me during the night, I have to take another shower.
Okay.
So I'm back on 2 a day.
Man. Anyway, one last thing. Yeah, so again, thank you everyone who's out in England as well. We had a lot of fun. We went to Thorpe Park. Jeffrey and I went to Thorpe Park. You'll be hearing an episode about that very, very soon. As a matter of fact, we're going to record it tomorrow. At least 2 episodes, one about Thorpe Park tomorrow.
Yeah, and while we're doing this, Jack's putting the Legos together. I'll be fucking with the puzzle. I'll maintain the chat, and I'll be doing Q&A type stuff, and we can tell you stories about Thorpe Park and everything that went on when we were in England. Should we get to the things?
Yeah, let's start doing it.
Can I do it? Hold on.
Okay,
Leave
go
it
ahead.
there.
Okay. Why? Why?
That's the dramatic way to do it. We're putting on a show here, Jack.
So, what else is I going to say? Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to, again, jump in chat right now. We're at youtube.com/annualpass. We're watching the live stream over there and hanging out with you lovely pass holders. Don't forget to join the Discord as well and join the Rope Drop Running Group.
You know, I've talked to some people, I'm not sure if I want to listen to Annual Pass because I'm not super into theme parks. But it's like, do you listen to Black Box Down? And they're like, well, yeah, of course. And I go, are you into Crashing Planes? And they're like, no. And I go, well, there you go.
Yeah, probably.
Still provides value if you like 2 people that like each other a whole lot, talking about their friendships and one of their passions, and making fun of that person and their I won't say who, making fun of that person and their passion, and putting together puzzles.
So we should also point out, too, right now in the store at store.roosterteeth.com, where you can grab all that merchandise that Jeff just threw off the table. We actually have a 10% discount right now on a few different products in the store. Ben, do you know what those are? Yeah. He says, yeah. Ben knows what those are, which they are.
There are certain pins that are on sale.
The pins are on sale, so the starter kit, the lanyard starter kit with the 4 pins. And that's it. So that's producer Ben right there with all the
realize
information you ever need.
I can't see the chat and the puzzle at the same time.
Who would have
That was
thought?
a tactical error on my part. Hey, internet person, I really want to know how that G-Force video is coming along. I want to make that happen.
No, I genuinely, so doing this stream is kind of hopefully the kickoff of us doing more ancillary content over on youtube.com/annualpass.
Nice use of the word ancillary.
Thank you. And one of the things I do want to do is I want to make a video explaining G-forces and how they work for the layman like you or and I.
Vertical versus all the other.
Yeah, there's
poles.
like 90 different versions of G's.
What I would like to see us do is, I don't know if you've seen it, Jack. I know you spend most of your free time watching Rooster Teeth content, so you probably have. But over there on Black Box Down, they recently did what we call like an explainer video that was just fantastic, and I would love to see us give a treatment like that to the G-forces. I'd also like to see on a different podcast I do one explaining how the high five was invented. So I think that would be an interesting video as well.
So yeah, so keep an eye out for that over at Annual Pass, youtube.com/annualpass. Wonder Twin number 1 says, Jack, what is your favorite Disney park music? I play park music all day at work, thanks. I love the theme park music at Disney World, right in the hub. Like honestly, like right in front of the castle at Magic Kingdom. Like that music there, I could just listen to that all day. It's just kind of a looping batch of music, and it's amazing.
What's that one that goes dun 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 dun?
Maybe Dumbo?
Is that like a carousel, maybe?
I mean, yeah,
That's mine.
That is a carousel type song, I guess, but I don't know. Look, Jeff, I've got Mickey. Little Mickey.
Yeah,
I made Mickey Mouse. What'd you pull his head off for? Did you just save his head? You weirdo.
You can have it back.
Oh man, but no, Jeff, do you have any theme park music you like?
You know, I don't.
You haven't heard a whole lot yet.
If I had, I don't know that it would stick with me.
Man, we were at Thorpe Park was a lot of fun.
What was your favorite music? I don't even remember there being music at Thorpe Park.
There was
Surely
music
there
there.
was. It just blends into the background for me.
Yeah. So I mean, some parks really kind of like will go out of their way to make the music like a part of the whole show, basically, right? And some they don't use it as much, and that's okay. But I mean, I like some of my favorite stuff is the transitions. Like one of my favorite bits is at Universal Islands of Adventure in Florida, the transition between Harry Potter or the Wizarding World of Harry Potter into Jurassic Park Island. Mm-hmm. It's really neat. Something about that sort of sound, how it goes from the kind of like, whimsical, like, magical sort of noise into a
dinosaurs ripping flesh.
Exactly. And so like all the dinosaur stuff is really cool. I love how they do that. And so I dig that a lot. That's one of my things. So Jeff, when did you get into puzzles? Like, when did that become a big thing? Was it the pandemic or?
No. I have been into puzzles my entire life. My neighbors at my grandma's house when I was a kid were another elderly couple, and they were kind of like surrogate grandparents for me as well. And I would go over to their house when I was 7, maybe like 6 to like 9, and put together puzzles with them. Oh. It was just like an activity, and I always kind of stuck with them. And then around about the time I got sober, I was looking for things to occupy my hands and my idle brain. And so I picked up a puzzle again, and I have not stopped.
Nice.
I've been putting together puzzles every day for 5 years or so now. And yeah, it's just become a part of, I worked on a puzzle before I came over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little bit.
What's your puzzle at home you're working on?
It's hard to explain it, but it is a Jonathan Adler puzzle I got for Christmas from Emily, and it's a pair of red lips with like some swooping smoke, and it's like a rounded edge puzzle, and it's one of the hardest, most frustrating things I've ever experienced. Usually I can do a 1,000-piece puzzle in about 3 weeks, I'd say.
Okay.
2-3 weeks if I'm just at leisure. I started this puzzle on Christmas night, and I am less than halfway done with it. And it's only 700 pieces. It is easily the most difficult puzzle I've ever touched. However, I'm finally at a point now where it's like I've got enough of it together that it's starting to cross the hump.
Yeah,
I know you were concerned about that.
You've gotten past the threshold.
It's become like the thing. Like one time, my aunt, when I was a kid, she told people she liked giraffes, and then like every Christmas for the rest of her life, she got giraffes. Well, every Christmas and birthday for the rest of my life, I'm getting puzzles now. And so I have stacks and stacks of puzzles that are adding up because I'm taking so damn long on this one. But I think by July I'll be good.
So what do you do with them when you're done? Do you like shellac them, or do you?
No, I put them back in the box and mail them to friends, or give them away, or take them to Goodwill. I don't have any interest in doing a puzzle twice.
Okay.
But like Emily's parents do puzzles, so I send them some. I'll send one to my mom if she wants.
So you break them back up and then put them back in the box?
Yeah, I break them back up and put them back in the box. A lot of times I'll just drive them on down to like like one of those drop boxes for like clothing and household goods.
Yeah.
Throw them in there.
Now, man, so how quick does it go from like when you finish a puzzle to it being back in the box? Like, do you let yourself like reminisce? Like,
No. I take a photo of it. I take a couple of photos of it, and then I break it up immediately, and then I start on the next one.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, as soon as it's done, I get rid of it.
Oh man, so Brian Montoya says, if I sent Jeff a 4,000 piece puzzle, how long would it take to finish?
Dude, I have one at home. I actually have a 3,000 piece puzzle at home. I think I am definitely up to the task, but I don't know where the fuck to put it. Like, I have a puzzle nook at home that's like a spot, like a little counter that's just identified for puzzles, and it's not quite big enough for a 2,000 piece puzzle. So I just don't know where to put something like that together. I need to buy a new house with a bigger room.
It's funny, I was talking to...
if anybody wants to give me a big house for puzzles, that'd be cool too.
A buddy of mine, he collects, or he does like art stuff out in Los Angeles. Like he does like video game themed art.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he's at the point where like he needs to buy a new house just to have more walls to put stuff up.
Yeah.
And so I imagine you're very similar way.
I try not to accumulate too much stuff. The only thing I will allow myself to keep is books
And grudges.
I don't. Yeah, well, definitely I keep grudges. I lock those in my hate box. But yeah, no, that's why I give the puzzles away immediately. Like I don't want to accumulate too much stuff.
I get that.
And then I've been trying to give books away occasionally, but that one's hard for me. And I think that's
that's
something that I got from my mom.
Okay.
She has trouble with that too.
Giving away books.
Yeah, that's like a thing we share, I think.
It's funny. I actually, I think I bought a puzzle for you and just never gave it to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but hearing that you have literally hundreds of them, I'll hold on to it until. Let me know if you ever
give it to me at a later date.
Yeah, if you ever get down to a puzzle drought, let me know. I might be able to hook you up.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and usually I buy. Well, I'm not right now, obviously, because I'm so stuck on this stupid Jonathan Adler puzzle. But I buy these puzzles from this website called pomegranate.com.
Ooh.
They have by far the best puzzles in terms of like quality.
Have you done any Mondo puzzles?
No, I didn't.
I did a Mondo Jurassic Park puzzle. It's actually really good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool. Most of my puzzles are like Gustav's cat or like Girl with the Pearl Earring or, some
so like
piece of like old
something
art.
classic. Okay.
Yeah.
Disney actually has quite a few really good puzzles. They have an artist who does a bunch of their stuff. I forget the name of it. I'm sure someone in chat would know. Viva La Vanessa says, Jack, have y'all considered doing one of the Orlando Informer meetups at Universal? Unlimited free food and non-alcoholic beverages, no wait rides, and Pterodon flyers for everyone. Vanessa, the fact that Pterodon flyers is open for everyone makes me 100% want to go do that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So Pterodon flyers is at Islands of Adventure.
Okay.
And it's an attraction you have to have a child on it with you. So you, like adults can't just go on it.
Right, you told me you've never been on it.
Yeah,
right?
I've never been on it because I've never had a kid. I can't be like, hey, you child, come with me. Let's go ride this coaster together.
And then
not even coasters.
You go ride in the cop car to jail.
Yeah. So no, that's cool. I did not know about that, but yes, I would be down for that. Jack, you excited for the new Jurassic Park Lego sets? This is G-Data 9069. I don't know which ones. I'm honestly the one set I'm hoping for that I would love to see for Lego would be the Ford Explorer, the Jurassic Park Ford Explorer, to the same scale as the T-Rex they released. So they released a T-Rex that stands like this tall, and they have the Jurassic Park gates that actually open up.
Oh, really?
And they're big. They're like, it's like this wide to get through. And it'd be awesome if they made an Explorer that matches that scale.
That'd be very cool.
And so if they ever do that, I 100% would buy that.
I wonder if there are, like, Emily, my girlfriend, collects tiny towns.
Is that a thing?
That's a bit of an inside joke with us.
Yeah.
But they're the Department 56 villages, and they have different sizes. They're like a Class N or Class H or whatever, so you can buy your trains and stuff that fit. It's kind of like a universal sizing structure. I wonder if Lego has something along those lines.
There is
for
something,
scale.
I don't know the proper name of it, but there's like minifig size. So basically like, like Mickey here is a minifig. And so they have scale where it's like this is roughly the size of a human. Then they have larger scale stuff, which I don't know what that's, it's like a plus scale thing. So.
Someone said Thomas Kincaid puzzles. I did one of those for Christmas. Thomas Kincaid puzzle for Christmas. Thomas Kincaid puzzles are some of the cheapest puzzles I've ever
Well, those are all the Disney ones. So there's a ton of Disney Thomas Kincaid puzzles. Anyway, the reason if you're tuning in now, if you're tuning in now and figuring out what the heck is going on, we are currently celebrating 1 year of Annual Pass, the podcast that we kicked off, about a year ago, and and we're doing some live stream stuff. Where this is also the celebration that hopefully we're going to be doing more content over on YouTube as well, some non-podcast content as well, but more theme park stuff. We've shot a bunch of stuff already, and we're trying to figure out how to get it all put together and whatnot. But we're celebrating, so we're hanging out with you guys. And just talking to chatting everyone. So Sherston here. Hey Sherston, what's up?
This is kind of the fulfillment of a dream for me. Back in a million years ago, Bethany Feinstein, who used to run our events, she and I wanted to start a podcast together called Puzzle Pals, where we put together puzzles together. But then she went off and died or whatever. So now we're it never happened. I'm finally getting to live that dream.
I did, Caden, who we work with, not Achievement Hunter Caden, but, or I guess former Achievement Hunter Caden, they went on to do a show called Model Employees, I think. And so it's like them building.
It's like that's like Gundam and stuff.
Yeah, they do like a lot of Gundam, but I went on there and actually I built a Lego set one time, which was kind of fun. Or I was working on a Lego set, so I just continued working on it. So that was kind of neat. Oh, look, there's ruby slippers, Jeff. Look at this. Or the crystal, the glass slippers.
Yeah, those are glass slippers,
not ruby slippers.
Are you colorblind?
I was thinking.
Are you intelligent?
How many like famous pairs of slippers are there?
Well, I think they pretty much all exist within the Disney universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what else can you think of? Can you think of any other slippers that are, or any other shoes? Like there's like obviously Cinderella, with the glass slippers. There's the
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz with the ruby slippers. Are there any other fancy magical shoes? There's Like Mike, where Bow Wow gets or Lil Bow Wow, excuse me. He was a normal size. Lil Bow Wow gets his sneakers that turn him into a super basketball player.
There's the.
I think that was were Snickers.
Snickers. Who's that kid that played Indiana Jones? His son.
River Phoenix?
No, not River Phoenix. The kid that played his son. In the new one. He was in Constantine.
Yeah.
He's been in a million things.
It's weird that you say that, not Transformers. Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, yeah. Well, I liked Constantine. I didn't like Transformers. There was that movie Holes where he stole the shoes and then he ended up in a prison camp.
That's true. Did he steal the shoes?
I don't remember. They like fell on him or something.
That was a interesting movie. That was Jon Voight, right?
Yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah, Jon Voight was
he was a bad dude.
He's Life imitates art.
Hey, Ben's got all the items that are on sale, everyone. So right now in the store, store.roosterteeth.com, we have a 10% deal on some Annual Pass merchandise, which includes the starter kit lanyard with the 4 pins.
Everything that Jeff shoved off the table onto the floor.
Everything that Jeff shoved off the table onto the floor. So it's the windbreaker.
I assume you're referring to the coolest moment of the stream so far.
Was the poncho 10% off? Yep. Poncho's 10% off. The hat's 10% off. Now the pennant I put on there, so that wasn't. Oh, the pennant is also 10% off? Okay, I brought that. And the anniversary pin. Okay, there you go. So we have some cool stuff on sale. 10% off right now. Store.roosterteeth.com for some Annual Pass merchandise. So grab that. Also, we have a new shirt available in the store right now, the one I'm wearing. We have this in black and in pink, which is like purple, pink. What color is that? What would you call that? Not chartreuse. What would that be?
Purple and pink?
Is it not
mauve?
Not fuchsia?
Fuchsia? Mauve?
Mauve? Isn't she an Australian YouTuber?
What's wrong with you?
So many things. So many things. I'm a grown man with a theme park podcast building Lego.
Oh yeah, that pretty much boils it down to all the things that are wrong with you. that was very succinct.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you. Look at these little like mini Lego guys, yeah. Look how tiny they are.
Berry is what it said online.
Berry?
Purple and pink is punk. Oh, that's cute.
Berry.
Berry. Lightish red. Ooh, I don't get the reference.
But yeah, so grab that stuff right now at store.roosterteeth.com. Pick up some annual pass merchandise. That is the best way to support annual pass.
It's cheaper than flying to Florida to go to our show.
Yeah.
But we would prefer you do that.
We also have tickets available for our show at bit.ly/tix-orlando. If you want to go check that out, it's going to be a blast in Florida on May 19th. We're going to have a lot of fun there. And I'm working right now. I won't confirm it, but I'll tell you what we're working on right now.
Okay.
We are working on getting Mr. Dave Cobb to join us out in Florida.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And I'll tell you what we're going to be doing. So if you're interested in seeing what we're going to be doing at the actual annual pass,
let's make sure we sell tickets before he shows up. I'd hate it to be just us and Dave in a big room.
He's got stuff to do in Florida.
Okay.
So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be running down every single attraction you can ride at Universal Studios and Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, and we're going to be ranking them live on stage. And so you can cheer along with me. And so we're going to go through every single attraction. I'm going to have a little slideshow prep for it so you can watch that along with me.
You're going to do like this is my summer vacation slideshow?
Well, I mean, no, it's going to be like, okay, number 50.
Next slide, please.
You know, it's like, where do you think, Fast and Furious Supercharged lands? And it's like, okay, and we'll talk about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Roller coaster tier list, basically Perseus Lad. So check that out. It's going to be May 19th in Orlando. And we're going to have Dave Cobb there as well, so he can give his expert opinion on, or at least hopefully we're going to have Dave there, assuming it all works out. He's going to give his expert opinion as someone who works in the industry and can explain why something is so awesome or so rough.
Doo-doo.
You think you got all of them there?
No, I got most of them. I got enough to get started there.
Okay. That was about 20 minutes of sorting. It's interesting that you just dump them out and then go through all of them and then dump them into the other box. You don't use the 2-box method?
No. I actually have trays to separate puzzle pieces by color at home or size, but I don't always use them. So everybody has their thing that works for them.
Is it that like the blue thing shaped like a puzzle piece?
It's yellow, but yeah, that's exactly what it is. It was
I've got one of those as well.
And that's pretty useful.
Yeah, those are super useful.
For sure.
So, knolling, G-Data 69, sometimes I'll knoll, but not always. Do you know what knolling is, Jeff?
Excuse me? How do you spell it?
K-N-O-L-L-I-N-G.
I know what a knoll is, but what is knolling?
A knoll is he's a band member in Oasis.
Yes.
Knolling is when you separate pieces based on size and shape and color, typically. So, like, for example, you would do something like this, where like these would be here, these would be here. You take all these, lump them all together.
I've been knolling with puzzles this whole time and didn't know it.
Yeah, so the reason that is actually named after a guy who worked for NASA, and his name was like John Knoll or something, and he was known to do that. Like, he would separate all the pieces of his builds, or like what he was working on, and then then actually start. And it makes it very easy to be able to figure out what you're working with and what you're missing, what you want to add on and stuff. Man, okay, I put that on there, put this on here.
What'd you have for breakfast today, Jack?
Breakfast, I had a bowl of Lucky Charms.
Nice.
Yeah, you?
I had 2 pieces of buttered toast.
Thank you, Elwood.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I guess he had dry white toast.
He had dry white toast.
That's fun. We just got back from England, jolly old England. And those of you tuning in, we went to Thorpe Park out there, just south of Heathrow, and we'll be talking about that on upcoming episodes of Annual Pass.
Yeah, we finally went to a non-Disney or Universal park, which I was very excited about. I want to spread the wealth.
But they were lovely out there. I had a really good time.
Yeah, everybody was super cool. We did a Rooster Teeth meetup. Got to see a lot of friends that we haven't seen in a very long time. Got to see Ben Davis. Got to see Rebecca. Got to just see a ton of people. And it was really fun to be in the same room with people like that again.
Yeah.
After so long. That's why I'm kind of looking forward to, and by kind of I mean I'm super looking forward to doing this show in Orlando for the same reason.
Yeah.
That's why I'm desperate for you all to come.
Yeah, come on out. Please buy some tickets right now.
Also, if you don't come, we'll never get to do it again. So this will be the first and last annual pass event. So.
Send your friends, buy tickets. Even if you're not sure you can go ahead and just buy tickets anyway, just to be safe.
Well,
that'd be lovely. We'd appreciate that. I'm almost done with the first box, Jeffrey.
How long does it take you? How many pieces is that Lego set?
This one is 567 pieces.
506. Is that about a average size? I haven't
Yeah,
done
it's not
Legos in
that's a
years.
good size.
Okay. It's a good size. That's what I was told. Okay. Well, then, how long do you think it will take you to put together 571 pieces?
I should be. I mean, I'm almost done with the first box.
You think you'll do it on this stream?
I think so. I think if anything, I'm going to come close. Like this took me about 20 minutes to do one. There's 4 sections, so I should be able to knock it out probably in the next hour or so.
Okay.
I would imagine.
I will not be completing this puzzle.
No, I figured that. But I'll be able to help you in the future. We'll do more streams like this if you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, if you
and
if you're like, please don't, we won't. Like if you're like, this is the worst content I've seen, and I hate you, and I wish you got fired, and weren't allowed to make content anymore, then we won't do it.
Well, that's rude.
Don't blame me. They're the ones doing it.
All right, I'm done with bag 1.
Hope y'all have an awesome time. I hope you do, Logan.
Thank you very much.
The castle's pretty quick. It's a good set. That was from Shannon B. I get the impression Shannon has put this set together. How many Lego sets do you have at home, Jack?
Way too many. I have a lot.
Do you ever take them apart after you put them together and put them together again?
Almost never.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like, pretty much you build a set and it sort of lives like that from that point on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you, what happens? You put, obviously this will go on set,
Yeah,
set.
this will go on a
What happens
set.
at home? You put together a Millennium Falcon or like a Yoda or a Ghostbuster or whatever. Do you display it in your house somewhere?
Yeah. I've got a shelf in my office that I put most of my sets. There are some sets that are more of like a proper kind of, not an art piece, but definitely more of like, oh, this is a really just cool looking piece. Like for Christmas, Katie bought she bought me a Homer bowling ball, which is what we call like a gift that you give someone, but really is for you.
Yeah.
So she bought it's a Lego set, but it's like a vase of flowers.
Okay.
And it's really beautiful. It's I think Dragon Lily. I forget what they're called exactly, but so she bought that for me with the hope of me building it, and then we'd put it like on our mantle. And so that lives on our mantle right now.
Do you have sets at home that haven't been put together?
Yes, I have. Actually, which might actually work for us, I have the Lego roller coaster set, which it's a beautiful set, but it is massive. Like it would almost take up this whole table.
Really?
And so I have it, and I'm like, well, I want to build it, but I literally have nowhere to put it. So it might be something where now that we have a show and we're hopefully getting a set relatively soon, I say that within a year. It could be a thing where like it'll live there when we're all done with it. So
Yeah.
you might see that in the future at some point.
And the reason we don't have a set is,
Because we don't have an office yet.
well, there's been a lot, pandemic
Yeah,
caused a lot of issues.
but hopefully we'll be able to. I think we're going to another temporary space soon, and then from there we'll move to a more permanent space, ideally. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But-
Kind of like at the beginning of Funhouse, when I'd go to LA and visit them for like the first year or so, they would
Yeah.
get a different office every time.
Yeah, they moved all over the
They were
place.
just bounced around. I felt so bad for them. Well, some of them.
Elise for sure.
Yeah, I definitely felt bad for Elise.
But yeah, if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask us over in chat. # get annual pass in office. Thank you, Gail Fox. Love you. Also, people have asked before about the art on Annual Pass, like all of our thumbnails. We have some really, really awesome thumbnails. Gail Fox, who's in chat right now, she makes all the art. And so give them some props because I love that art. And we're working on getting that into postcard form, and hopefully we'll have that out at some point along with everything else. Jeff, is there any merchandise you would like to see us with now that we have ponchos finally?
I also can't wait for the F-Face discussion regarding it also being Hallmark too. Discussion regarding what?
Oh, man.
I don't know. I must have missed it. Will there be a Lego puzzle set for Annual Pass? I could see a puzzle set.
Puzzle for sure. Lego would be a little trickier. I don't know if Lego would get within 50 feet of Rooster Teeth in general.
Well, I just don't know that we rate if we're that popular.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
What am I looking at? I'm looking at the side here. Where's the blue? It's going to be on the left side. Okay.
So Jeff is building it's the Walt Disney World opening map So when the park opened, this was the map that they had for Magic Kingdom. And so Jeff is working on that right now, and I'm working on the Lego castle, the Magic Kingdom castle, little mini version of it. They also have a really massive version of it too. This is the smaller one, which I appreciate, again, because I have no room for Lego at my house right now.
You can buy a bigger house?
for my Lego, yes. Yeah. Gale Fox says, I could see Blood Gulch as a fun set. That could be kind of cool.
That would be very cool. Well, they did Mega Blocks, right?
Yeah, yeah. So Lego refused to work with Halo stuff because they didn't do anything that wasn't essentially G-rated. So that's why you don't see anything too intense. Although they did sets for the Batman, which is like a pretty serious movie. There's some pretty intense stuff in that one. So I don't know.
Rules are made to be broken, right?
Yeah, I don't know where the line is.
I think it. Well, I was going to say I think the line is related to revenue.
Yeah.
But
well, I imagine.
I
mean, Mega Bloks did a lot of Halo sets. They did a Forward Unto Dawn set that was massive. But I think Gus and Kara started building that, and
Really?
then they never finished it. Like it lived in a box forever. And I tried to take it over, I think, at one point, but it either been already destroyed or something along those lines.
Lol, Bovril, Hobnob, Cookie. Oh boy, I don't want to spoil other podcasts, but we did release a picture. We did try Bovril.
We did.
Jack, you can share your. I'll hold my experience for fuckface. But how did you enjoy the Bovril, Jack?
It wasn't bad.
Now, we had it in two ways. We had it as a paste,
Yeah.
kind of like as a Vegemite, and then we also mixed it with hot boiling water, as it was presented to me at least. Initially, when it was explained by Gavin.
Yeah, it was not bad. Not bad. I mean, it was like a soup. It was basically like drinking soup out of a cup. It's kind of what it felt like to me. But I'm sure you will give your experiences on your other podcast.
Getting confusing.
Yeah.
I never know what to talk about where anymore. There's too many podcasts. I was telling you earlier, I just recorded the second episode of the new podcast I'm doing with Gus, which I don't even know if we've announced the name, so I guess I won't. Not that it makes any sense. But man, that was, I don't. It's one of the weird side effects of starting a company with your best friends is that when it becomes successful, you all get pulled in such different directions. You never see those people again, even though you're working in the same building sometimes. And doing this podcast, this new podcast with Gus is the only way we talk anymore. And it's, man, it's been so much. I forget how much I like him because I don't ever see him.
And he's a pretty good dude.
Really, really, really like the guy. Ugh, he's so much fun to sit and talk to.
I'm literally sitting right next to you, Jeff.
I like you too, dumbass. That's what I'm doing. I've been doing this with you for a year because I like you.
That's true.
What are your current favorite Rooster Teeth productions that you are or are not involved in?
I've actually been watching Block Island.
Oh, yeah?
Survive Block Island. I'm really enjoying that show. Katie and I have been watching it, and it's been a lot of fun to watch because that's something I had zero involvement with it.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of rare now to actually get to kind of sit back and see something that you had no hand in, and actually really enjoy it. So that's been a lot of fun to watch. You know me, I love the Funhouse content, so I've been watching a lot of their stuff.
Have you watched their new show? I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head. Is it Roll the Dice?
Oh yeah.
Where Armando's the DM and they're like high school students.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard really good things about it.
I watched the first episode yesterday. It's one of those shows where you're like, they're just. It's very clear to me that they're more talented than I am, you know? And it's like, there were so many laugh out loud moments that I was like, God. And they make it look so effortless. Those guys the Funhouse team is really, really in a renaissance right now where they are just making 30 morbid minutes, ship hits the fan, that show, they're just doing I assume something James might be involved in, I don't know. Because I feel like I just mentioned a bunch of shows he wasn't in. They're like seriously good. That whole team is S tier.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Jacob to Charlotte to John Smith now to James and Elise to Armando. Patrick. God,
Yeah, they seem to be firing on all cylinders at
They
the
really
moment,
are.
and it's been fun to watch. I'm a big fan of their series. It's an older series they kind of brought back and have been working on again, called Idiot Detective. And it's them playing. It's James playing through LA Noire.
yeah.
And actually, I got to spoiler alert. I got to be in an episode of it when we were out there in Los Angeles. So there's going to be an episode with me, and it's coming out. I think it might be the next one. I'm not sure when it lands. But I was very excited with that because I do enjoy watching that series.
Did you, speaking of Idiot Detective, did you watch Murderville on Netflix?
I watched the first episode.
The Conan episode?
Yeah, the Conan episode.
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen.
I enjoyed it. Have you seen the British version of it?
No, I hear it's better.
It is better. It's like, love Will Arnett, but it's definitely Will Arnett playing Will Arnett.
Sorta, yeah.
But the British one is definitely like, it's just the guy who they have hosting, he's hilarious. And he almost never breaks character.
Really?
And so, like, Will Arnett, you can definitely tell, is like, oh, these guys are all his pals. Like, they're all his buddies kind of goofing around. Where that show, it's like, it feels very much like, oh, these guys are, some of them are just getting into it and some of them are having to, scoofing around.
Thank you, Travis. It's called Must Be Dice.
Must Be Dice.
Yeah, if you haven't watched episode 1 of Must Be Dice, well, as soon as this is over, don't leave yet, but as soon as this is over, you should go watch it above all other Rooster Teeth content right now. It is so funny, and Armando is so good in that role. It is a treat.
He is a good dude. Him and I went and saw Everything Everywhere All at Once when I was in LA.
Sell me on that movie.
It is fantastic. It's Michelle Yeoh's best movie ever.
Yeah.
Highly, highly recommend it. She's fantastic. Is it...
tell me what it's about, does it spoil it, or?
Kind of. It's a story about a mother dealing with kind of her lot in life with her husband. He just dropped a piece on the floor. Her husband, who is just like always super positive to the point of almost annoyance, and then her daughter's kind of she's not figuring out how to like get along with her daughter very well, and then that's all I really want to tell you about it.
Okay.
And just know that it's got comedy, it's got action, it's got some amazing fight scenes, it's got fantastic special effects.
Trailers are pretty nuts.
Yeah. It's the Daniels directed it, those are the guys who did Swiss Army Man.
I didn't see it.
Okay, but that's the one where it's Daniel Radcliffe is a dead body.
Yeah.
And Paul Dano is like riding him like a dolphin.
A lot of people,
Weird.
Too much for a lot of people I know that saw it.
So, very interesting movie. Hard to explain without really spoiling stuff, but give it a shot.
It's a really cool name.
Yeah. And the name actually comes into play at some point throughout the movie. So highly, highly recommend it. It's awesome.
Have you, are you watching Atlanta or Better Call Saul or any of the new shows that just started?
I'm so far behind on
Same.
everything right now.
I just caught up on Survivor last night because we were out of town for so long.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing you did in England that wasn't related to Thorpe Park?
I went and saw Back to the Future, the musical.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
That was a lot of fun. It was, so Back to the Future, the musical, I know this might shock you, Jeff, but I really enjoy musicals, which I just found out your significant other also enjoys musicals.
Yes, she is. My significant other enjoys Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals.
Yeah, specifically.
And that is it. She
Andrew Lloyd
wants
Webber.
nothing to do with any other musical, just Andrew Lloyd Webber. So, but she knows every word to every Andrew Lloyd Webber musical.
I love that. So, but when I was out there, so Back to the Future actually, Back to the Future the musical opened, and then it was like 2 or 4 weeks after opening, they shut down due to COVID. And so they went dark and then just reopened. I want to say just last year, like October or something.
Yeah.
So they've only been going for a little while. So it's still the original cast. And
now, is it appearing
it's
in
only
America,
in England.
or is it only in England?
Only in
Are they
England
going
right
to tour
now.
with it?
I'm almost positive they will.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do they have British accents?
no, it's all American.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're playing Americans, whether or not they actually are, I don't know. But the guy who plays Doc is actually an American dude.
Have you ever noticed that British people can do American accents way better on average than Americans can do British accents?
Yeah. I went and saw Book of Mormon in London one time, and it was funny because there were a couple actors there who weren't nailing the accent, and I was like, it's just funny hearing, usually it's like an American doing a horrible British accent, but this was like, English actors doing American accents, and I was like, oh yeah, that's not how we pronounce that. Oops. But anyway, Back to the Future the musical. It's very similar to the movie, but if you've ever seen the School of Rock musical, the School of Rock musical is basically the movie School of Rock, except done on stage.
Okay.
It's like there's almost no variance from the movie at all. This one, there was some changes to it. Like there were a few different things, and I was like, oh, okay, and I appreciated that, and I like that they tried to make it
Mixed
something.
it up a bit?
Yeah, they tried to make something a little different out of it.
Yeah,
So.
well, I saw, because of my girlfriend, obviously, I saw Phantom of the Opera, which I had gone my entire life. Well, I guess not my entire life because it came out in like '84. But I had gone since it came out. Well, I would have been 10, having zero knowledge of. All I knew about Phantom of the Opera was that there was a chandelier that everybody was fucking losing their mind over, and now I get it. Oh man!
You were very excited by that chandelier.
Yes, dude. That was a very, very cool experience. I really enjoyed seeing Phantom of the Opera, and I will definitely see it again if given the opportunity.
Now, will you see other musicals, or are you going to be a strictly Lloyd
I
Webber
will
guy?
see whatever my girlfriend wants me to see.
Okay. Well, are you sticking just to musicals, or are you going to do theater at all? Like,
Well, I already have a pretty rich history of theater.
okay.
Yeah, I've seen a ton of plays. I was, married to a theater major for a long time, and so I've spent a lot of time in dark rooms watching college and experimental theater, and I quite enjoy that. I like a lot of playwrights. Used to read a lot of playwrights. So yeah, I'm always down to see theater.
Okay.
I'm much more open to seeing theater than I am to seeing musicals,
Okay.
for sure.
There was a fantastic play I saw off Broadway in New York called Puffs,
Okay.
and it's all about the school, like it's a kid they can't use the proper terms, but it's a kid who's entering into Hogwarts
Okay.
as a Hufflepuff the same time that Harry shows up.
Okay.
And it's kind of their perspective on what's going on in the school, while meanwhile all this other chaos is happening with the Gryffindors and everyone else.
It's kind of like that.
Gilden or Rose or whatever in Guildenstern are
Ro-
dead.
Ro-
Rosencrantz.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Yeah, I was gonna say
Are
it's
dead,
kind of
yeah.
like that other Ender book about his friend. It's like the 5th book in the Ender's Game series.
Okay. I
It's
haven't
about
read
the
them
other
all.
kid. Yeah.
But yeah, similar idea, and it's hilarious. I mean, it's a small little single stage where they dress up the sets and everything, and it's a blast. It's a lot of fun, and they condense down 7 years worth of movies of books into one show, and it's awesome. Yeah, Kimmy says Puffs. Yes, Kimmy, I assumed you would like that. Kimmy's my friend who ran the half marathon with.
Are you guys talking about Branson? Are you talking about Silver Dollar City? I hope we can go to Silver Dollar City
man.
someday.
Ender's Shadow is what the person said.
Ender's Shadow. Yeah. Thank you.
Can y'all wish happy birthday to Rally Rob? He's a bloody, lovely UK fan who would make his day. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Rally Rob. That's from Perseus Ladd. Shannon B says, we just saw Frozen, which is a great production, but the best part was all the kids who were having their first real theater experience that were so excited to be there. That's true. Like, I saw a lot of kids at Back to the Future, and that is kind of cool to see. It's like, oh, this is, it's not on your iPad. It's not on YouTube. It's
Finding new audiences.
yeah, I dig that. I like people getting out there and experiencing things. That's pretty rad.
Well, I think after 2 solid years of everybody being cooped up and not able to leave their homes, I think people are a lot more receptive to any kind of in-person stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, safety aside, just the idea of being around other people and seeing something live after being sequestered away for so long.
Man, I wonder if there's anything live coming up soon that maybe the pass holders could go check out. Like, I don't know,
don't think so.
like a live version of our show or something. You think
Not that I'm aware of.
anything like that exists, Jeff? You think maybe
I keep saying no.
there might be? So if you're tuning in late, the reason why we are doing this right now is to celebrate 1 year of Annual Pass, and also to promote. We have a live show coming up May 19th in Orlando, Florida. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be doing a tier list of all of the rideable vehicle or the rideable attractions at Universal Studios, and hopefully we're going to have our buddy Dave Cobb join us for the first time for our in-person show.
I'm just here because I wanted an excuse to put together a puzzle and get paid for it.
So go check that out. There's a link in the link right down there, the QR code, or it's I think bit.ly TIX-Orlando, and you can get more information on it.
I had a ton of fun in England because, well, first off, I have been to Mexico twice since the pandemic to go on little beach vacations in that little island that we go to sometimes. Although I think I'm taking a breather just because I feel I've been there too much. But going to London was the first time I'd, well, aside from those 2 mini vacations, the first time I'd really left the States again and gone back across the pond, and it was so fun.
The people there are so friendly.
People are so nice.
Yeah.
Non-Americans are the best.
True.
If you are not American, you are A-okay in my book. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they are all
British people, Australians, just like
super kind.
remember how cool everybody was in Germany when we did that in Germany? Ugh.
So if you want to prove us wrong, come to the show May 19th.
You can beat people to death with that.
In Orlando.
It would be nice. It would do a lot of good for our little podcast if you did come.
Yeah. Because the idea is we want to do more stuff like that. And so if this first one's a rousing success, then hopefully more can happen.
And, you know, now that we've broken the seal and we've done Thorpe Park, which is not affiliated or related to Disney or Universal, who knows? Maybe Silver Dollar City will be next, or Cedar Point.
Or Magic Mountain.
Knott's Berry Farm.
Great America.
Or, yeah, any of the Six Flags would be cool. Busch Gardens.
Well, I've been to Busch Gardens before. You could have gone to Busch Gardens with me.
Yeah, but not for this podcast.
You hung out.
I've been to Six Flags before, but we're not talking about places we've been. We're talking about places we're covering for annual pass.
That goes there.
Also, the day I didn't go, watch you guys wheel Michael around in a wheelchair all day long in the heat. I sat in an air-conditioned hotel room and read a B. Caitling book that was phenomenal. It was the best thing that happened on that tour for me, was reading that book.
Well, that was Lindsay. They were in charge of keeping Michael out. Very pregnant Lindsay at the time was taking care of Michael.
I saw a lot of pictures and thought, oh, I'm pretty cozy here in this. I'm going to order a pizza.
Yeah, I've been out to Tampa since that tour, so love to go back.
Man, it's been a minute since I've been to Tampa.
Love all you Tampa folks out there.
Tamponians.
Kenneth Dorrell says, Jeff, will you try to complete the Stanley Parable on Xbox? It has an achievement you can't unlock for 10 years.
No.
All right.
I'm already on a 10-year achievement with my stupid Gems of War.
Oh yeah.
Jeff achievement, which, by the way, I'm at 59%.
Oh really?
But my achievement tracking is locked at 57%, which is frustrating.
That is frustrating.
Because I don't know what that means. But it's not just that achievement. It looks like the progress, incremental progress on all of them. Because I'm at like 95 or 96% on another one, and it only shows me as 94. So I'm hoping that won't, that little glitch won't make it hard to impossible to unlock the achievement.
Okay.
That would be heartbreaking. I've been going for 3 years on that guy.
Galridian says, hello from Endless Summer Dockside. We are poolside this afternoon. Hey, Galridian. Endless Summer Dockside. Endless Summer is a Universal hotel.
Endless Summer is one of my favorite movies, and Gavin's, we found out.
Really?
Years and years and years. I mean, we found this out like last year, that we both love Endless Summer. It's a surfing movie from the 60s, and then they remade, or they didn't, they made a sequel called Endless Summer 2 in the 90s or early 2000s that's also very, very good.
I thought Gavin's favorite movie was The Raid 2.
That's Tim G's favorite movie.
Oh, sorry. Not
Gavin's favorite movie is Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. I'm going to RTX this year, and I was hoping to snag merch without shipping costs. Should I be concerned about things being discontinued before then? No, if anything, things will probably be heavily discounted by then. It depends on what thing you're thinking about, Emily. I don't know how limited the quantities are in any of the annual pass stuff. I'm not sure if you're talking about that or other merch.
Yeah, I think we have a limited number of the lanyards and the there's something else. I think maybe the ponchos we have a limited run of. So, but yeah, other than that, I think we should be good.
The ponchos were hard to get made, so if you guys like them, please buy them. Because I don't know that if they don't sell super well, I don't know that we'll be able to.
Yeah, in my
them to make them
head,
again.
I just wanted to do like those little like cheap, like the $5 ponchos you get that are like in a bag, kind of like a one-use ones.
Yeah.
Turns out, in order to get those, you have to buy like
5,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
5,000, 10,000.
crazy numbers. So that's why it took so long.
And that's more people than listen to the podcast.
Yeah,
So.
we had to find a number that, or a way to do it that was still quality, yet not as wildly expensive. So that's why it took so long. But thank you for bearing with us, and we actually have ponchos now, so that's good.
How's your Lego stuff going over there, big guy?
Pretty good. More than halfway done at this point. How about you? You halfway done?
Do I know there is more than one Kalahari? There's one in Wisconsin Dells.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kalahari River Resort.
The one in just north of Austin got hit by a tornado.
It did. Pretty
like
wild.
about a month ago.
It's fine though. It's open again.
Oh, I'm sure they have the money to get that sucker fixed up real fast.
Yeah, we should go up there sometime.
Yeah, right. It's the largest indoor water park in America.
Yeah, in America.
In America, probably not the world.
Yeah, there's some crazy water parks in like Dubai and places that I would say dwarf this stuff.
Yeah.
There's like the ones. It's like Germany or maybe it's UAE. There's an indoor like ski slope somewhere you can go
What?
to. Yeah, it's like a full-on actual like ski slope, which is wild.
Damn it.
What's wrong?
Oh, I'm just gonna have to
You having issues?
suffer through this white border. I was just looking for other pieces to put together in the meantime to distract me.
Do you separate out your pieces where you'll have like two empty holes, like one and one, and then like the opposite direction and stuff? And
When I get far enough along, I will.
okay.
Like when it's time to start humming. When there's a billion pieces, there's no point. But when I've got like 60% of the puzzle done, I do,
Okay.
and then it makes stuff really go fast. But I'm pretty fast in general.
Aiming to build an indoor ski resort in Austin by 2025.
They're aiming to build an indoor ski resort in Austin by 2025.
You know, didn't we have that outdoor surfing thing that closed down over by the airport? I know-
Yeah, it shut down due to the pandemic.
And they opened one up in Waco now, so I guess that one's never coming back.
Well, Waco has that crazy, massive like water jump thing, where it's like the long jump things, like the ski long jumps, except you just get on a tube and just launch off of it. I want to say the Nitro Circus guys went out there one time and did some stuff.
Yeah, I think I think maybe the ski or the surf thing is like a Kelly Slater one maybe, or
Oh, really?
one of his company, or someone like him, some famous.
Have you ever gone surfing?
Yeah, I used to surf all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I learned how to surf here down at Port Aransas when I was in the Army. When I was 19, my friend Pete was a big surfer, and so we would go down to Port A for vacation or for weekends, and we would cram like 6 people. You ever hear that story I tell about how like we were all staying in a hotel room together, and we woke up one night because we heard one of my friends laughing, and he had taken all of our wallets and put them in the corner and was peeing on them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was in Port Aransas on a surf trip.
Nice.
And so we used to go there all the time for that. And then when I moved to New Jersey, for my last year and a half or so in the military, I was stationed at Fort Monmouth, which is just off the coast. And so I went surfing there. I became friends with a guy who I worked with at a video store, and we went surfing together.
Was his name Randall?
No, his name was Rich. He was one of the coolest dudes I ever met. I wish I hadn't lost touch with him. But we went surfing every day for the entire season.
Wow.
For like maybe 2 seasons, and I got pretty good back then. And then I just when I moved back to Austin, I just didn't have anybody to surf with, and I dropped my surfboard in my garage, and I broke it, and I didn't have the money to get it fixed, and then one thing led to another, and I'm 46 and I haven't surfed in 20 years. Probably 22 years. But I used to, every chance I got.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I like to surf a fun shape.
James says, best story I have of a coaster is my uncle had to hold my belt on the Phoenix because I kept flying out of it. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
That sounds horrible.
terrifying.
Sounds like a pure nightmare. I've never had anything like that happen, where I've been I didn't feel secure in an attraction.
Yeah.
Been very fortunate with that. I mean, thing is too, like roller coasters, you're safe. You know, like when you look at something like, you know, any attraction at Disney or Universal, they're literally made to have millions of people go through with no issue. And so by the time you get on it, you are the millionth or so person to get on that thing. So they are very, very, very safe, and you have nothing to worry about. But it still gives you the impression that it's scary and terrifying and anything could go wrong at any point, but it's not going to.
Yeah, chances are.
Chances are. Man, I did the Saw ride.
Oh yeah,
at
how
Thorpe
was that?
Park. Kind of a headbanger.
I'm glad I didn't do that one.
Yeah, that was the last attraction we did, and at that point in the day, we were both pretty tired, but I wanted to ride it just because it's got a special. It goes beyond inverted, so it goes. It's like a 100-degree drop. Which
It was the first in the world to do it.
I think so.
They were
Yeah.
saying.
And so a lot of world firsts at that park, and so that was one I was like, I gotta try this.
I loved everything about that park.
It was awesome. It was a fun little
They
park.
had great properties too. They had Angry Birds there. They had Saw.
They had Black
they had
Mirror.
Walking Dead. They had Black Mirror.
They had Darren Brown.
they had Darren Brown, who I guess is a bigger deal in the UK than he is in America.
Yeah, so I guess Darren Brown is like the like
to be
Chris
confused with-
Angel kind of guy.
Not to be confused with Dan Brown,
No, with who's the
Da Vinci Code writer.
yeah. I'll be up for
Yeah,
Dan
that was
Brown
called
ride.
Ghost Train. I
Ghost
believe.
Train, and we're not
It was
allowed to talk about it.
Yeah,
Keep the secrets.
we'll keep the secrets, but it was a VR experience.
Yeah, and there's some neat stuff to it. So
Yeah,
some little magics happen.
yeah, it was interesting.
I liked.
I hadn't done a ride like that in VR.
Oh yeah, how did Emily like it? That was our first time ever to experience VR.
I think she enjoyed it, but for a lot of the reasons that I don't like VR, I think she was experiencing for the first time, which is like the headset never fits quite right.
Yeah.
The cables jerk you in the back, and so you're always a little uncomfortable. It's kind of hard to maintain the immersion, I find. But I think she enjoyed it.
That's cool.
What other rides did we go on there? We went on the Colossus.
Went on.
Colossal?
It was it Phoenix Colossus or Colossus?
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't have them all in front of me. We did the Walking Dead the ride. We did.
That was a cool ride.
That was a very
That was
cool
cool.
ride.
They had good theming for that
Yeah. We did the Black Mirror Labyrinth.
ride. Also very fun.
Yeah, that
I
was
kept trying to get away from you guys and go off on my own and kept running into walls.
that was a pretty nifty little thing. We did Rumble, I think is what it was called.
Oh, that
the,
was
wa-
where
the
you
water one.
keep your damn hands in the ride.
Yeah.
They will yell at you.
Don't jump out.
Yeah.
Don't get up. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to look over. I need you grabbed those maps, right?
I should have brought it today, actually. I have one in my living room that I saved for the set.
Beautiful.
Anybody got any questions? Let's see. I've not been there for years. I used to be at Pizza Hut. My favorite ride was Rabina Rapids. That must be what it is.
Yeah. Rabina Rapids.
Someone was asking earlier what the
Swarm. Yeah, we did Swarm as
We
well.
did Swarm. Swarm was great.
roller coaster challenge you would do. Like, how long would you ride a roller coaster for? Which coaster would it be?
A roller coaster challenge. Which roller coaster challenge would do? I mean, I pretty much, if it was a smooth coaster, I would pretty much be fine riding any of them a long time because nothing's worse. Like that was the thing with Saw. Like Saw was really cool, except we had been doing coasters all day, and then that one just kind of knocked my head around, and that was pretty intense.
My nausea started stacking pretty hard, so by the time we got to Saw, I couldn't have done Saw and not had my own jigsaw horror all over the people around me.
Yeah, and as much as I'd love to force Jeff to do stuff like that, I am also old at this point, so I understand when it's like, hey, I'm done. Like, okay, cool, yeah, I get it.
It's- yeah.
I'm never gonna force anyone to do something they don't want to do. So.
Getting older, for all you young kids, it does change you. I did not used to get nauseous at that stuff.
Yeah.
I used to ride roller coasters. Not that I was like a jack or anything, but when I was in my 20s, I'd go to Six Flags or whatever, and I never had any kind of issues with height or danger. And then something happens to you. I guess maybe when you have kids and you have something to live for, it starts to affect you.
See, that's my thing. I have nothing to live for.
Yeah,
so
no, that's one of your charms.
that's why I'm unaffected, roughly. I mean, to be fair, it does start shaking you around a bit, and like I have certainly gotten weaker than I was at one time. But I still love it, and I'll still give anything a shot. I'll ride any coaster at least once.
I hate this brute forcing I got to do right now.
Oh
with this
man,
white thing.
a lot of white.
Yeah, that's my least favorite.
What else we got in chat
puzzles.
there? Did you go on Tidal Wave? We did not. I'm assuming that's one of the water ones, or that's probably the one that sprayed up that massive wall of water, I'm guessing. So it was a little chilly when we were there, and we did have kind of a limited amount of time, so we didn't get to ride everything. We didn't go on Stealth, which is the super fast one there.
And we didn't go on the Samurai one because I would have died.
Samurai was like this crazy, like 5-bladed looking thing that spun people around and like mixed you up and just mixes
Like
up
a
your
blender.
insides.
It was like a human blender. It's like if you want to become a daiquiri, this is how we do it.
So we didn't do that one. There was another one like that. There was one called Rush that we were gonna do. It was basically like a giant kind of swing set, and we were next up in line to go, and it's like the ride ended, and then we kind of walked up, and they're like, "Oh no, leave!" And it's like, "What?" It's like, "Oh, someone just threw up."
There were 3 rides we approached throughout the day that had people having accidents on them.
Yeah,
Pretty common there, I guess.
So we missed out on that one. So that's okay.
That's okay because we can go back. I know that you were like they were like you'll probably never come back, but we were also told that their version of Halloween Horror Nights is called Fright Nights, and the people we were with insisted that Fright Night is better than Halloween Horror Nights in studios.
That's saying a lot,
is
man.
Saying because I just had my first experience with you last year, and I know it was like the 25th anniversary or 20th anniversary,
30th,
30th, whatever. But so it was maybe a little special, but that was.
Yeah, Halloween Horror Nights is awesome.
I mean, it's like I told you recently, irrespective of whether we continue this podcast or not, I will still go to that with you every year just as friends because I had such a spectacular time.
Yeah, that's a blast. And I'm already talking with our contact out at Universal about Halloween Horror Nights this year and some stuff we can do. And I pitched him the idea of you and I being scare actors for a night.
I would love it.
Which he seemed interested in, so we'll see if we can make that happen.
I would love it, dude.
But that would be a lot of fun if we can get all like I recently did something where I got to kind of get into some like kind of horror makeup, and I had a blast doing it, and I would love to do it again.
What was that? Oh, is that something you can't talk about?
Yeah.
Is it a Achievement Hunter thing?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. I think it's what we were talking about earlier, right?
You'll be seeing it pretty soon.
Yeah. It's what we were discussing like an hour ago?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that was a lot of fun. But anyway, you'll be seeing that soon. I can't wait for Halloween Horror Nights 2022 in Orlando. I live in Orlando, and I go every year. Eric Grant, I hope you're going to our live show May 19th. Since you live there.
He's not going to stop it. He's going to show up at your house.
Just saying.
If you don't come. He's going to show up at your house and be like, I got the Uber waiting.
Where's Eric?
Let's go.
Come on, hop in, buy a ticket. I'm excited for that. It's going to be a lot of fun doing a tier list of all the roller coasters or all the riding attractions at Universal. Is going to be a lot of fun. So, do you have a favorite riding attraction at Universal?
You know I
and
do.
Is it E.T.?
Yeah, it's E.T.
E.T.'s a good one.
It's a pure nostalgia play for me. But especially the older I get, the more nostalgic I get, the more I love.
Yeah, and that one doesn't shake you around as much either. So.
That's like this podcast I'm starting with Gus. It's just a nostalgia podcast. It's just us. 19 years into this industry, into this career, into this Rooster Teeth experiment we have, you hit a point where you've told every story 1,000 times. Right? And so I always try to be hyper conscious when I'm on like the RT podcast or on any of my podcasts, not to repeat stories that I think I may have told. Certainly more than once, but told in a big way, in a podcast or in a Let's Play or something. And I'm really running out of stuff.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about Annual Pass is we get to go places and have new experiences.
Which is why I think something like Annual Pass is so great. But so with the Gus podcast, we're throwing that out the window and saying we are only telling old stories. It's basically.
So you're basically retelling stuff?
Yeah, it's just like retelling, just reminiscing about our shared past together in Austin as this city turned into one of the destination cities of America.
Yeah.
And certainly the hip capital of the country.
Well, to be fair, we're old enough now and we've done this stuff long enough that there's almost no chance that you don't retell a story.
Yeah.
Like, I know I've told stuff over and over again.
Well, I make it a point to go out and have new shit happen to me.
Yeah.
But it's been hard in the pandemic.
But we're getting back. We're getting back, I think.
Good news, Eric already has a ticket to the watch.
Eric's
that's
got
awesome.
Eric, you're my hero.
Bring
Love you,
everybody
buddy.
you've ever met.
Yeah.
Chelsea Birdwell asked, what Halloween Horror Nights houses do you want to see this year?
What Halloween Horror Nights houses do we want to see? There are rumors already, Jeff.
Are there really?
Floating around about some of the houses.
Dude, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah,
Hit
we
me up.
haven't
What
talked
do
about
we
it.
got?
So, you know the band The Weeknd?
Yeah.
They might be doing a house.
Isn't the Weeknd just a dude?
Yeah, it's one guy. But yeah, there might be a Weeknd haunted house because there was a Billie Eilish house. There was going to be a Billie Eilish house, and then she backed out or
Oh,
something
really?
along those lines.
Oh.
So anyway, The Weeknd is supposedly doing a house, so he's doing one. I want to say Gremlins has been talked about for a while, and that would be awesome. I would love to see a Gremlins house. But yeah, there's some rumors going about.
I'd like to see. So, I'm not as much into like pop culture properties for that kind of stuff. It's probably why I'm less excited about like pop culture musicals.
Yeah.
So I wasn't excited about the Beetlejuice house.
Yeah.
And then we went through it, and it was easily one of the best houses.
so well
and
done.
it was so cool, so well done, and I enjoyed it so much that I'm open to a lot of different stuff. I like one of the other ones that was really good was Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And I would love to see more old horror treatment like that. Like I would love to see a Creature of the Black Lagoon
Yeah, that'd be
or like
cool.
a Wolfman.
I think we might actually see one of those. I think Universal is kind of quietly doing that, where they're bringing back a lot of classic monster stuff because they haven't announced it yet, but the rumor is that at Epic Universe, their new theme park, they are doing a Universal Classic Monsters land.
Really?
So I think they're trying to seed kind of like, hey, remember Classic Monsters? Like, they're awesome, right? And so I think that's the goal, at least.
There's a rumor that Netflix might have a house this year.
There's a rumor that Netflix might have a house this year.
They're speculating
Either Stranger Things or
Fear Street.
Fear Street.
One of their like horror properties from last year.
That's like a Goosebumps type thing, right? Yeah. I've also heard that there might be a Nope house, the new Jordan Peele movie, which that could be a lot of fun.
Oh, is that the dude? I like.
That's his Alien movie, right?
What a tremendous director he turned out to be.
Well, I mean, it's funny if you go back.
Amazing comedic actor. But
If you go back and rewatch a lot of the Key and Peele stuff, he directed a lot of that stuff, and his eye for genre movies is spectacular. And it's like, oh yeah, it makes perfect sense that he could do this stuff.
Yeah, the best Key and Peele episodes were the Halloween ones they did with like, the Human Centipede stuff, and yeah, that would be really cool. I'm a huge fan of Daniel Kaluuya, and very excited to see him in something.
And so is Jordan Peele, apparently.
Yeah, well, you get a talent like that.
Yeah.
You make movies with him.
But what would you? Mummy v. Wolfman is the rumored one. That'd be kind of cool.
Dude, you know what? You know what would be a cool horror house?
What's that?
Predator.
Ooh. Is Predator enough in like the public zeitgeist that it would make sense right now? Like, do you think?
I think so.
Do you think the average audience would recognize?
I mean, it's more current than Bride of Frankenstein.
I guess so, but I mean, is it like retro enough to be able to call?
I mean,
it
they're
that?
still making movies.
I mean, I guess they did. I mean, the movie
Predators,
didn't do
there was that
horribly
Walton
well.
Goggins movie. There was the Robert Rodriguez one, right?
The one they shot here in Austin.
Yeah.
You know, those sets lived in Austin forever.
I know.
They were just down the road.
Yeah, just down the road. Boom.
Hey, you got a corner.
Yeah. They made Aliens versus Predator House back in 2014 or 2015, according to Eric Grand. How was it, Eric Grand? Was it good? James Kingzep corroborates that story.
Well, as long as they have an alibi, they're okay then.
Shannon B says Alien versus Predator was a few years ago, and it was a great horse.
Man, I'm sad I missed that horse.
Yeah. And then they said house. ...
Let us know. Are you digging this? Are you guys liking watching this kind of stuff? It's a little bit more low key, a little bit more chill, which is kind of the. That's always been the vibe I've been going for with Annual Pass. Trying to keep it a little bit more relaxing. A lot of the stuff we do at Rooster Teeth usually has like a ton of kind of chaotic energy, and this is something.
Yeah, we call this lazy old white guy.
Yeah. So you're
got
into-
one laugh back there somewhere.
Sergio says this is nice and chill. Thank you very much. Is that a good thing though?
Hey,
They are-
Sergio. It's getting kind of hot in here.
Are you going to make rain jackets for people like me who aren't a fan of ponchos? Alex, we actually
one.
have a
Somebody threw
rain
it on the
jacket
floor.
on sale right now. If you want to jump in the store, it's 10% off in the store.roosterteeth.com. We have a lot of merchandise on sale currently if you want to go grab it. So go do that. What's up, Ben? Ben's sitting down next to us now. Oh, you're mic'd too. Look at you.
Michael, no,
You're not on camera, but that's okay.
Yeah, they can't see me, but I figure if I'm yelling at you guys, they might as well be able to hear me. Michael gave me the thumbs up.
We got producer Ben on mic now.
Yeah, it looks like the rumors for this year are let's see here. Mummy versus Wolfman,
Mummy versus Wolfman.
an
That'd be very
original
cool.
Seaside Village house.
Ooh, Seaside
Ooh,
Village.
sort of like a Cthulhu type. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Fear Street, The Last of Us is a rumor.
The Last
That's
of Us. That would
interesting.
be terrifying.
HBO
The
does
clickers.
have that like series coming out soon. The Curse of Pandora's Box, El Chupacabra, Underground
thing.
Creatures, Evil Dead, Halloween,
Oh,
Ooh,
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
I would love to see Evil Dead.
I would love to see Evil Dead too.
The Weekend, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Classic horror film.
I'm gonna probably butcher this. La Llorona,
La Llorona.
La Llorona.
nailed it. Scarecrow and Terror Tram, Hollywood Harry.
Dude, has there been that brings up? You mentioned La Llorona. La Llorona is
The
Hispanic
donkey woman?
folklore from the border about a woman whose child was drowned, and she's constantly wailing for him or her. I think it's a little boy. But it was made as a movie in that Conjuring universe. It would be really cool to see a Conjuring movie, like
want-
The Nun, which is one of the scariest movies ever made.
I want to say they've done some Conjuring houses before. Oh,
Dude, I
man.
would
And I'm
love
getting
that.
excited for Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, dude, I'm already excited for
You
it.
know, Disney is actually doing a halfway to Halloween event. I want to say in California.
And their thing is
pretty
called the
soon.
Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yes, they used to have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which was just lovely. It was a bunch of kids running around in costumes. It was cute. And then to kind of counteract the Universal, which is like, we're going to terrify you.
Yeah, we're gonna scare your dick off.
And so it's been kind of cool. I mean, I did the Mickey one time. Had a blast. They also give out candy at all the attractions. You can go trick or treating.
That's nice.
Yeah, and they have an awesome Halloween parade, which it starts with the headless horseman just like tearing down the parade route. So it's like on a horse, no head, like a flaming pumpkin, just on a horse running, not running, but galloping.
Did you like the Tim Burton Headless Horseman?
It was okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it, but I remember it being okay.
I thought it was better than it did.
Was Crispin Glover in that?
I think it.
Or no, it was Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken and Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And I think I can't remember the lady.
Was it Emmy Rossum or someone?
No, it might have been. I don't know. It might have been Emmy Rossum, but I'm thinking of the mom. Who was that? Was that
Winona Ryder.
kind of a vampy woman? She dated. I can't think of her name. Well, it's not important.
Clearly not. But yeah, I'm excited for Halloween Horror Nights this year. And again, we are talking to our contacts out there already about
Christina
what we can
Ricci.
do.
She was in it. Yeah, that's
Oh,
not who
yeah.
I was thinking of, but yeah, she was in it.
Christina Ricci is great. Black Snake Moan is one of my favorite movies
Still
ever.
never seen it.
Oh, so good.
Nate Morton wants to know what's the best ride at Six Flags Over Texas.
What's the best ride at Six Flags Over Texas? I haven't been to Six Flags Over Texas in ages, but that being said, I'm going to say the Titan is still one of the greatest coasters I've ever been on. It is a fantastic coaster. Highly, highly recommend that.
We were going to go to Fiesta, Texas, right?
We were going to go to Fiesta, Texas, and then I think I got sick, and then Jeff couldn't make it, and it was just like a big
It just all
cluster.
fell apart.
Yeah, but then Ben, you ended up going anyway.
Me and Dennis just went.
Because we had the tickets, which were non-refundable, so you just went anyway, and
How
there was
was
like
it?
no one there apparently.
It ruled. Apparently, Dennis has like a season pass, and he goes every year. He's like a huge Six Flags fan. I'm not a huge roller coaster guy. He walked me through the roller coasters by severity until I was riding the like most intense roller coasters. It was awesome. The Wonder Woman ride rules.
Did you get nauseous at all?
No, actually, I thought I was
Must
going
be
to.
nice.
But yeah, I rode like Superman and Wonder Woman multiple times.
Jenny says Jeff, the mom, was Miranda Richardson.
That's not who I was thinking of.
Oh, he's getting his phone
Hold
out.
on, I
Heads
don't
up.
know.
Katie Ward wants to know if you could do a world tour of theme parks, but you could only visit 5. Which would you go to?
I mean, Tokyo.
Yeah.
I would absolutely go to Tokyo, Disney Sea. What are you looking for?
What was I looking at? What's it
Sleepy
called?
Hollow?
Sleepy Hollow.
I mean, I would love to go to Tokyo. Also, apparently, Disneyland Tokyo, they're about to re-theme their Tomorrowland. So they're redoing Tomorrowland because it pretty much hasn't changed since they opened the park, and it looks kind of like the original version from Disney World, from Magic Kingdom. And so now they're about to redo it all. So yeah, I definitely want to try to go. I mean, I'd love to go before they start that refurbishment, just to see the original stuff. But the new stuff looks awesome. The new Tomorrowland looks a lot like the Tron coaster, where it has like the crazy like bubble tops and everything.
Okay.
They're redoing Space Mountain and all of Tomorrowland. So I doubt I'll get over there before they do that, unfortunately. But man, that would be cool.
Lisa Marie is who I was thinking of.
Lisa Marie Presley.
On the topic of hashtag Japan You'll Pass, which a lot of people are putting in the chat, while I was looking up Halloween Horror Nights stuff, apparently Halloween Horror Nights Universal Japan has like a Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh no.
Oh.
Well, you know, Hollywood does one, which is pretty rad. I imagine it will for sure go to the one in Orlando, Jeff. But I would love to go to any of them.
I would like to see like a sleepaway camp
Oh, that'd be awesome.
style. That would be very cool.
Be awesome and horrifying at the same time,
Yeah.
if done properly.
Getting a lot of recommendations for horror stuff coming up. Not Scary Farm
Yep.
has a cool house called Waxworks.
Ooh.
It's inspired by the Vincent Price movie House of Wax. If you're interested in that, that's from TNT Raider in chat.
TNT Raiders, a big fan of Annual Pass. Jeff, I'm on the last bit here. These are kind of all the accoutrement to add to it. How you doing in your puzzle?
I'm good. I'm good. Not Scary Farm is, yeah, people are really advocating for that one.
Okay. Well, we need to get out to California. I tried getting out to Disneyland while I was in town for AH Live, but when I was there, the reservations filled up, so I literally couldn't go. So it's like, well, all right, I guess I'm going home. Or I went to Funhouse. I hung out at Funhouse for the day.
Same thing.
Lexi Dawn in chat is saying maybe you guys could watch some walkthroughs of old Halloween Horror Nights houses for a Halloween episode.
Ooh, that could be fun.
That could be very fun.
I would love to dive into like the lore of Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. Apparently, we learned.
So I opened up a chat, or a room in our Discord server for people who are interested in doing the ARG, because almost every single year Halloween Horror Nights does an ARG, and I believe they've kicked one off this year, kind of quietly.
Already?
Yeah.
Starts pretty early.
Yeah. So Boris Schuster is the kind of private eye guy.
Uh-huh.
And so he has a Twitter account which has some really weird information and stuff. And so I think that's kind of the thread that starts it all off. So yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Where can we store this puzzle where it won't get screwed with? While we
Somewhere over here, we'll figure it out. Producer Ben will figure it out.
Gonna keep it in the podcast room so all the other podcasts have to deal with it.
Well, we'll do this again. We'll do another live stream. How often should we do live streams? Chad, how often do you think we should do these live streams? What would keep you guys happy? What would be like?
There's an infinite amount of puzzles and Legos, and that's Jack's pastime passion,
true.
and this is my pastime passion.
Well, I'll help you with that too.
Yeah, of course. You're more than welcome to.
Speaking of passions, Kelsey Villalobos in chat asked a question that I'm very interested in. Do you guys plan on coming down to Florida for the Epcot Food and Wine Festival?
I mean, we're going to be there in May, on May 19th, for our live show. So I actually made reservations for Epcot with my annual pass for the 19th and the 18th, because Katie and I were going to try to go and go to the Guardians coaster, Mission Breakout, because I knew they were going to do annual pass holder preview. And then we didn't get in. So I still have a reservation for the park on that day, but I unfortunately...
Is that during the Food and Wine Festival?
Yeah, Food and Wine Festival is going on right now. And so the Food and Wine Festival is awesome. The amount of food they have there, Jeff, you'd love it. There's
Well, it's
some
a whole festival.
really good food, but some high quality stuff. And you can get like little snips of all kinds of different things.
There's one happening at SeaWorld right now, too,
Oh, is there?
apparently.
Is it all seafood?
No,
That's kind of morbid.
it's like
a
it's
bit
like fleeing
cruel.
around the world apparently.
That would be a bit weird. Oh God. Okay, I want to finish this thing. I'm so close, Jeff. Okay.
Well, I have another 20 minutes before I got a jet.
Yeah, I could probably finish in 20 minutes, I imagine. So, but yeah, again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us in the chat. We appreciate it. Again,
We appreciate you just hanging out with us.
yeah, we love you guys.
You'd be surprised, but we've been trying to put this together for way longer than a year. Well, at least way longer than we're trying to celebrate the year. I've been wanting to do this stream for probably 6 months.
Yeah.
Now we finally got
And
it worked
hopefully
out.
now this will kind of kick off the put a little fire to start getting more of our YouTube content going. Because again, we do have a lot of stuff we want to do on this channel. A lot of fun things. It just becomes tricky with lots of plates spinning is what happens.
Yeah, and
so-
allocation and resource management is it's more difficult than you would think.
Yeah.
There are only so many hours in a day and so many people.
And there's a lot of
So-
projects going on in the company. Like everyone like to think their project's the most important thing out there, but we also understand that there's a lot of stuff going on. And
Yeah.
but we love doing it. And then, like, honestly, the support from you guys is what matters the most, because the more you guys talk about this kind of stuff, the more you guys appreciate it, the easier it is to do this kind of stuff again. So if you do like this, feel free to tag Rooster Teeth in a tweet or a message or something. Be like, hey, please more of that kind of stuff. We'd love to see it. Oh, that goes down here.
Shane in chat wants to see you both build a lightsaber and a droid at Star Wars Galaxy
Okay.
Edge.
Oh
I'll do
man,
that.
so yeah, Star Wars. So Batu, which is the name of the Star Wars area, Disneyland and Hollywood Studios, they have a the lightsaber building thing where you go in. It's someone's workshop, not Kishi, Savi's workshop. And it was one of those things where, like, I was like, I'll never do that. That doesn't, whatever. And then I watched a video of someone doing it, and it spoiled it for me. It's actually super, super cool. And I think, Jeff, I think you would actually dig it.
I'm down. I really want to do it.
So maybe next time we get down there. And actually, I reached out to a friend of Annual Pass, Ken Marino, about possibly coming down for our show down there in Florida.
And what did he say? He said, how did you get this number?
He said he would love to, but unfortunately he's not going to be in Florida, or he can't make it down in May.
I think his exact words were, I'm doing anything else.
Super friendly guy, super nice guy.
he's a
Like,
lovely
he
guy.
responded very quickly, which caught me off guard. I was expecting him to be like, who was this again? But he was like, oh no, he's like, I'd love to, but I just can't make it.
He's one of those dudes that has, I kind of like Bill Hader, where he has a perfect body of work.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
where he's in a ton of stuff, and he's just amazing in everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been watching the other two, and he's so great in
Yeah.
that.
Katie and I binged Party Down.
Oh yeah, Party Down's fantastic. They're making a third season, right?
Yeah. They're working on it right
I
now. Lizzie Kaplan's unfortunately not in it though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think she had an issue where she couldn't schedule it or something. But everyone else is.
I
Everyone's
just went
back.
through and finally watched all of Eastbound and Down, and Kim Marino is all over the last season. It's
Yeah.
pretty great.
But yeah, Party Down is hilarious. It's a very specific kind of comedy though.
Yeah, it's David Wayne, right?
I don't know. No, I don't think it was.
Is it not
actually.
David Wayne?
I think Paul Rudd actually had a lot to do with it. Paul Rudd and Fred Savage, of all people, directed a few episodes. He went from there on to Sunny.
Yeah, he was heavily involved in Sunny for a while.
Yeah, no, that's a great show. Hilarious.
Do you ever listen to the Always Sunny podcast?
No, is that good?
It's very good, yeah. It's very, this is going to sound really,
Gatekeeping.
no, it's going to sound like it makes us off to sound cooler than we are, but it reminds me of Rooster Teeth Productions, and just that it's very conversational. It's just them kind of shooting the shit and telling stories and making fun of each other, and it just comes across very three best friends just hanging out in a room, making fun of each other for an hour kind of vibes, or 45-minute kind of vibes.
Who's on
which
it?
Is,
Who's on the show?
it's Charlie Mack and Glenn.
Oh wow, so it's the guys.
Yeah, it's just the three, and it's very funny.
Huh.
It starts off like the premise is each episode. Look at us promoting other people's productions. It starts off the premise is like they go from start to finish, and each episode is one. Each episode of the podcast is them discussing one episode from the show.
Oh, okay.
But they lose that thread pretty quickly, and it just becomes them complaining about parking or like being in line at a busy In-N-Out or like whatever.
Well, that's like I can almost guarantee you've never listened to it, but Fake Doctors, Real Friends, the Zach Braff, Donald Faison podcast. They go over every episode of Scrubs, almost the exact same way. It literally starts like episode 1 is talking about the pilot episode of Scrubs, and they go through and they bring in like the director and like the Bill Lawrence and all the people who worked on the show in various aspects, and it's actually really good. But it is like it breaks down where it's like just Donald Faison and Zach Braff talking as buddies. Oh man! So I'm at a place where I have to make 5 of the same thing. So I'm just in a factory line at this point. You think you're not even going to get the outside edge done today, Chad?
I'm working on it.
I thought you were really good at puzzles.
Shut up.
You told me. You said I'm really good at puzzles, and
I am.
I believed you.
I am very good at puzzles.
You're,
It's not a fast man's game, the puzzle. I'm not a speed puzzler. I don't even know if that's a thing.
You told me earlier. You said I'm a speed puzzler. I'll have no problem with this. And I
also
said,
said,
that sounds awesome.
and never reference this again.
Whatever you
I'm
do.
telling you this. I'm telling you this in confidence.
But no, Annual Pass has been awesome. I'm shocked how quickly a year went by. It went from something that Jeff told me to come up with a podcast idea mid quarantine / we were kind of in a place where like Jeff and I would grab coffee about once a week, just kind of hang out and check in on each other. And then you started up your podcast, and you're like, you should do a podcast. And then got it up and running. Very similar to Achievement Hunter, where it's like, hey, I have this idea for a show, and then 3 months later we had Achievement Hunter running. I have an idea for a podcast, and then like maybe 2 months later we had the podcast up and running.
That is how we work at our best when we do it that way.
Yeah, just kind of shoot first, ask questions later style of production.
Absolutely.
Where it's like, maybe this will work. Hope it works. Hope people like it.
One way to find out.
And you guys have still listened to it, so that's good. Gail Fox says, we're so happy Annual Pass is here. Thank you very much, Gail Fox. I'm happy that you're here. Gail Fox makes the most amazing art.
Yeah.
And I wish we could justify all of it. We're working on stuff. Gail Fox made the poster, which is probably on sale right now, right, Ben? I don't know, maybe?
I don't think that one's on sale.
That one's not on
But you
sale?
should buy it because it's very cool.
Yeah, that poster is awesome. We have 2 versions. We have the pre-inked one, the pre-colored one, and then we have a black and white one that you can color. And
That's cool. I
let my nephew color mine in, and so
how'd that go?
it's really good. I took out the one that was already done, and I replaced it with his, and it's on my wall at my house right now.
I did look at that poster about 4 or 5 times before I realized I'm in that poster about to be eaten by Jaws.
That's one of my favorite games. Gail Fox sneaks in Ben to almost every single thumbnail. So look for a hidden bin. It's kind of our version of Hidden Mickey. So tell us if you found all the hidden bins. Gail Fox, when did you start that? Which episode, do you know? Do you know which one you began with? Where people can go back and try to find them all?
Oh, Bruce, sorry. Bruce.
Excuse me, it's Bruce. Do you know that, Jeff?
So, what do I know what?
That the shark in Jaws is Bruce?
Yeah.
At least the original one was.
So many of these pieces almost fit. Ugh.
I'd probably be a bad producer if I didn't tell you guys that we should tell people to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel when we finally start putting out more video content, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
we
true.
should do that. I feel like we're asking the audience to do a lot.
Yeah,
today.
we're doing our I'm the salesy guy at Rooster Teeth. I try not to be, but it ends up falling in my lap a lot of times. But yeah, if you feel like you enjoy our content and you feel like you're excited to see more stuff like this, kind of like non just video versions of the podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
Oh, speaking of, you need to get in that thread, Jack, in Slack and respond to Trevor about what you want to do for Annual Pass at RTX.
I talked to him a little bit about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I do need to send him those photos from Thorpe Park, though.
Yeah.
Travis K says, have you reached out to Rocco from Mega 64 about getting him on?
I have, actually. I've talked to Rocco. So Rocco Rocco
We
knows
can't
more.
afford him. He's so expensive.
Rocco knows more about Disneyland than anyone I've ever met in my life. That dude is knowledgeable. And so I talked to him and Kevin. They do Creepy Old Crypt, which is an awesome podcast you should listen to. Where it literally started with them just going into the park and just setting down a phone and start just recording. And so it was like, that's their version of their podcast. And they're fascinating. Rocco is actually in Orlando. He left PAX East to go to Retro retro WDW. There was basically there's another group that does theme park content, and they had a big celebration where they brought in a bunch of Imagineers and stuff, and yeah, he flew down for that.
Really?
Yeah, it happened when we were in England. Otherwise, I would have tried to go out to it.
I love Rocco. I love Mega 64. Who's your favorite person in Mega 64?
It's probably a toss-up. I mean, all of them are awesome. Love every single one of them. But it's probably a toss-up for me between Sean and Kevin.
Yeah. Nobody likes Derek. I'm kidding. I'm a big fan. I love all of them as well, obviously. We've known those kids since almost since the beginning of RT. I mean,
yeah,
we basically started at
they were like we're almost
like
parallel, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of all of them, but I love Sean.
Yeah, Sean's
a special place in my heart.
He's also a baseball fan too, so
yeah.
I figured that you would get along with him on that.
And he's a family man.
Yeah.
He's got 1,000 kids.
That's true. I'm getting close, Jeff. I can feel it.
He's like a Steve Martin Moody in the 90s.
Emily wants to know, do you all consider Meow Wolf to be an amusement park? I was considering sending you a postcard from the Denver location if you want one.
We do want one, yes.
Please send a postcard. That would be awesome, Emily. Thank you for that. Also, yeah, if for those of you who don't know, we're trying to get postcards from all over. And you know what I did, Jeff?
What did you do?
I forgot to get a postcard from Thorpe Park and mail it to us. We were kind of a little bit hectic towards the end of our trip, and I totally spaced and forgot to get a Thorpe Park postcard. Which I don't think I saw them there.
I'm sure.
Or maybe I did. I just blanked on it, but
didn't even cross my mind either.
Yeah, but I did buy stuff for postcards. So I think I sent us a postcard, but not a Thorpe Park one. What was the question, Vin? Sorry.
Do you consider Meow Wolf?
Oh, Meow Wolf. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean,
I think it definitely falls within the purview of this podcast. We are huge fans of Meow Wolf. I don't know if you know, but a few years ago we did a show called The Weird Place that took place in the House of Eternal Return.
Their Santa Fe location.
The original Meow Wolf location, which is an entire 2-story Victorian home built inside of a bowling alley with a big ass. It's got a lot going on behind it. And I think probably one of the coolest places I've ever been and some of the coolest people I've ever worked with.
I had an experience at the House of Eternal Return. There's a room with an obelisk and music playing, and we got in there super early because we were just kind of like walking through it, and there we had some people who worked on it who were there with us, and they kind of let us just go and like just to check it out on our own. And I had this experience in this one room by myself with this music that was like mind shattering. It was incredible, and to this day, nothing has lived up to that experience I had. It was just me by myself, just in awe. And
then we had to and then I don't know if it's that trip, but then we get to have lunch with the guy who made it.
Yeah, that was actually like just afterwards. So it was very surreal.
Weird Place in chat.
What's that?
A lot of love for Weird Place.
Weird Place.
It was so much fun.
Please,
we set it up for a season 2.
Yeah, season 2. I don't think we'll ever do it. So I can let you guys know because y'all are awesome and you're pass holders. Season 2 was gonna be it was probably gonna be Funhouse.
Yeah.
And it was gonna be me being trapped inside. And then it was them trying to find me inside, kind of like how Jeff was the I guess the target at the end of the first season.
Yeah.
It would have been me, except I didn't want to leave. Like I essentially became like the king of the Weird Place.
And it was going to take place in Vegas and Denver, hopefully.
Yeah.
But pandemic and priority shifts. And
it was. I mean, and also Meow Wolf at that time was exploding, and they're incredibly popular now, and so. Being able to have the sort of access we had when we were there
it was difficult at the time.
Pretty much, it's not impossible. It's incredibly difficult.
I remember we had to change our initial shooting dates because Buckethead was holding a concert there the night we were going to film.
Well, but that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And I wish we could have done too. Because I flew in for like one day of production because. The shoot was all overnight, so you guys were in there after they would close down.
Oh, well, I did the same thing because I was only in the last episode.
Oh, that's right.
So I showed up. I literally showed up, got covered in cake, because Lindsay insisted on hugging me, and then we filmed my bit, and then I think I went back to the airport.
Oh wow!
Like I was barely there.
Yeah, that was
for the shoot, which was a bummer because I got to spend so much time making it and getting ready and producing it and working with those guys and doing all the trips ahead of time to like figure stuff out. And then when the actual shoot happened, I wasn't needed.
Yeah. I enjoyed that show a lot, specifically for me because I like playing characters, and I definitely played a characterized version of myself for that show for the little bit I was in it.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that, and so I like doing that kind of stuff where I was just I played sort of an idiot and doing that and like doing like the like hardcore tabletop, the Monopoly season I was in, where I just played a weird ref. Like I love that stuff.
I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I recently produced Survive Block Island, and which I wasn't involved with on camera, and I've been largely a player coach my entire time here at Rooster Teeth, you know. And SBI was one of the first things I've ever produced that I didn't participate in as talent, and it was illuminating because it helped me realize that I can have just as much fun behind the camera as in front of it, which was actually quite liberating. But it also helped me realize that I think that the thing that I really like is I think I really enjoy the problem solving of gaming, of like creating games, creating like the pathing we did we did the initial pathing for Weird Place. Then Drew and those guys expanded and turned it into something way better. But same thing with like SBI. I really like the problem solving of creating games and then figuring out how to make them work and balanced.
Yeah. Well, that's what one of my favorite things I've ever done was when I did the escape room we had at.
Great example. Yeah.
Like I had a blast building that thing. That was something that it was me and Max Krumke.
Yeah, you guys did a great job of that.
Yeah, we just put together. We built an Achievement Hunter themed escape room, and that was like. I genuinely was like, should I do this for a career? For a while, I was like, it'd be kind of cool to like open up escape rooms, and ended up not doing that, but still having a really good time.
Good old Max Krumke.
The artist I worked with yesterday, the makeup artist I worked with yesterday, we knew him. He was a buddy of his.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like, where is he now? I'm like, he's on a farm with cows. So.
He is, I think as he calls himself, the most fabulous gay cowboy in Texas.
Well, Jeff, I believe with this, I think I just finished the.
You got extra pieces, buddy.
Yeah, that always comes with extra pieces. So there you go. Look at that.
And we finished the puzzle.
And the puzzle's done as well. Voila! Here, I'll get you a close up of it. No, don't worry, Lindblad. Don't get up. Oh, I'm tied. I'm tethered. I'm tethered.
Close enough.
That's beautiful.
Good job, Jack. Now we can put it on a set somewhere.
So lovely. That is really cool. That's a
good Kevin piece. Batman said he's a moderator. Kevin Batman, that's a great name. Kevin Batman. He's a moderator for the Meow Wolf Discord, so if you ever need a cheap tour guide for Denver, let him know.
Sweet.
Just kidding, unless. I actually have tickets I bought opening week tickets for the Denver Meow Wolf, and then I never used them, so I think I still have them.
They also made that attraction, the Elitch Gardens. They actually have like a Meow Wolf made theme park attraction, so we have to go check that out at some point too. So, but yeah, there you go. All right, any last questions for us in chat?
Yeah, well, I got another 2 or 3 minutes here.
Yeah, so there we go. Producer Ben's hitting you up right now. Thank you very much. That's such a cool set. I love this thing. This is good. This will absolutely look fantastic set up somewhere in our eventual set when we get to it. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Any plans to show Jeff around the MC Parks Minecraft server? We could do that. We talked about doing some like gameplay type stuff, like maybe doing like Jurassic Park Evolution or
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon. And I could take you around the MC Parks Minecraft server. It could be fun. Cool. Now, maybe once we go there in real life, then we can go in the Minecraft version of it and see what you think. Because they have all of the Florida Disney parks, and they have the Universal ones too. So
that's cool.
Yeah. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Kelsey. Appreciate that. Again, 1 year of annual pass. It's been an absolute blast, and I'm very, very happy that I get to do this, and it's been so much fun. And thank you, Jeff, for pushing me to do it, and also being my co-pilot for this thing as well.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me,
been
and
fun.
thanks for coming up with such a clever idea. No, seriously. You know, we all. We've said this a million times when we talk about our origin, but I thought you were going to make a different kind of podcast, and I wasn't expecting this one. And I'm so happy that this is what you created. I will say, after Thorpe Park, I have realized that I am always going to get nauseous when we go to theme parks. So,
well, to be fair, Thorpe Park is more of your traditional like Six Flags style park where it's like just roller coasters.
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of roller coasters. Whereas somewhere like your Disney's and Universals, there's not as many. There's maybe like 2 real roller coasters in a park, and then the rest are kind of more themed, kind of more family friendly type places. But when we go to that doesn't bode well for you when we go to Cedar Point, because Cedar Point is all about roller coasters. So that should be a blast. Come to Denver, says Emily, and announce it so you don't miss it, and come to the park and Meow Wolf with you, please. Yes. When we do go to Denver, I will let you know, Emily. I drove to Denver not terribly long ago. It was a lot of fun.
Brag about it.
Happy 1 year of listening to everyone, especially Jack Jeff, 2 of my favorite Achievement Hunter personalities. Thank you, Kenneth. Appreciate that. But again, if you're watching this anywhere other than our YouTube channel, youtube.com/annualpass, go subscribe over there, because we're going to be doing more content like this where we're doing, related theme park type stuff, and hopefully I'm gonna do an explanation of G-forces that I want to talk to someone like animation about like piecing something together. I think it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm telling you, watch that Black Box Down explainer video.
Yeah.
We'll do the same pipipeline.
So
I've already requested it.
So basically,
but
you are my Chris.
Yeah.
So I don't know if comparing you to Chris is a good thing or not.
No, that's fine. I'll remember you did it.
But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. Again, thank you very much. We do have that 10% discount going on right now on some of the merchandise from Annual Pass up at store.roosterteeth.com. You grab some discounted merchandise right now, and join our Discord as well. The Rope Drop Running Club is kicking butt right now. There's so many awesome people in there all supporting each other. If you ever thought about running or getting into shape through running or even just walking, like, please check it out. It's awesome. It's a really fantastic group. A bunch of us have signed up for the Disney marathons. We're all going to be doing that next year. We have something like 12 people doing the marathon. It's awesome.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm very, very pumped. And a lot of people are doing that. And I'm trying to work on getting even more to go as well.
And none of them are me.
You're not doing the marathon.
Even better.
I'm going to see, I'm working right now with a charity group to see if we can get some more bibs, because the whole thing's sold out. We'll talk about it on an episode, but it was rough. It was meant to be like maybe 30 minutes, and it took 3 hours. So we'll talk about that. But maybe we can get you on the 5K.
Oh, man, Eric Grant is doing the
70-ish-year-old parents. I'm doing the dopey.
I'm more impressed with Eric doing it than you.
Eric's already part of the Discord group, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Join us in RDRC. Absolutely. We love RDRC. And we're going to have some RDRC shirts as well coming out pretty soon. But that's going to do it for today, I think. Any final words of wisdom, Jeffrey?
Thank you.
Learned anything?
Thank you for supporting this podcast for the last year. I know we say this a lot, but it's because it's true. These podcasts or these independent productions that we do, they live or die based on audience support. And so without your support, we would already be dead. But we like being alive.
Yes.
And we'd like to continue being alive. So thank you for your continued support. And we would love to see you in Orlando, because if we see enough of you in Orlando, then we can go to have a meetup in Six Flags in Texas, or in New Jersey, or
Denver,
in Ohio, or Denver, or Knott's Berry Farm, or in Paris, or in Alton Towers back in London. For us to be able to do those events and reach more of you, we need this one to be a success.
Yes.
So it's kind of like proving the model, as it were. And so hopefully we'll see you there. And if not, we understand. Hopefully, at a minimum, you will listen to and enjoy the podcast as much as we enjoy making it for you. Love you guys.
Love you so much. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. And again, grab tickets for that if you want. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully our buddy Dave's gonna be there. We're gonna meet him face to face for the first time.
It'll be great.
It's gonna
Meeting
be
of the beards.
It's gonna be a good time. So see you guys in a few weeks out in Orlando. Until then, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you very, 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 very soon. All right. Love you. Bye.
TTYL.